right now, something very serious is happening in the Nigeria, Benin, and Niger border zone, and many people are just beginning to understand how big the situation is. A recent security study has revealed that violent attacks in that border area have increased by 262% in 2025. That is not a small increase. That is not a slight rise. It is more than double what it used to be. It shows a strong shift in security patterns across that region. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel as we break this down in simple and clear English so everyone can understand what is going on. This border zone connects parts of northwestern Nigeria with southern Niger and northern Benin. These areas include rural communities, farming settlements, forest corridors, and small trading towns. For many years, people have crossed these borders freely for business, farming, and family visits. But now, armed groups are using the same open spaces to move and operate. The study shows that these groups are becoming more active and more confident in that region. They are carrying out more attacks, targeting communities, security personnel, and sometimes local infrastructure. The increase is not just in the number of attacks, but also in how often they happen. Like this video and subscribe, because this information is very important for all of us. Now, let us understand why this increase is happening. One major reason is weak border control. The Nigeria, Benin, and Niger borders are long and difficult to monitor. There are many unmanned crossing points. Security forces cannot be everywhere at the same time. Armed groups understand this. They move through forests and remote areas where surveillance is low. Another reason is regional instability. Some countries in the Sahel region have faced political and security challenges in recent years. When there is instability in one country, armed groups take advantage of it and expand into neighboring countries. That is what we are seeing now. The pressure in parts of the Sahel is pushing some of these groups further south toward coastal West Africa. Please do not forget to like this video and subscribe. Staying informed is very important. These armed groups are not random criminals. Some are linked to international extremist networks operating across West Africa. Their strategy is gradual expansion. They first enter remote areas, then they create fear. After that, they try to influence local communities either through intimidation or by presenting themselves as alternative authorities. In some border communities, farmers have reported being afraid to go to their farms. Traders are more cautious. Transportation routes have become riskier at certain times. When economic activity slows down, poverty increases. And when poverty increases, young people can become vulnerable to recruitment by armed groups. It becomes a cycle. This is why this 262% rise is very serious. It is not just about numbers. It affects real families, real businesses, and real communities. Make sure you like this video and subscribe, because we are explaining this step by step. Now, let us talk about the Nigerian side specifically. Northwestern states have already faced security challenges for years. There have been issues with bandit groups, kidnappings, and rural attacks. Now, the border region is becoming more connected to wider extremist movements from the Sahel. That connection increases complexity. It means local problems can mix with international networks. Security experts say that when armed groups gain safe spaces in border areas, they use those spaces to plan operations. They may attack one country and then cross into another to avoid capture. That makes it difficult for any single country to handle the problem alone. It requires cooperation between Nigeria, Benin, and Niger. Like this video and subscribe so you do not miss future updates. Governments in the region are increasing patrols and intelligence gatherings. There have been joint discussions between neighboring countries, but coordination is not always easy. Each country has its own internal challenges. Resources are limited. The equipment, training, and logistics are expensive. Security operations require funding, planning, and community support. Another issue is geography. The forests in the border zone are wide and difficult to access. Some roads are not paved. During rainy seasons, movement becomes even harder. Armed groups often know the terrain better than security forces. That gives them temporary advantages. However, it is important to stay balanced A rise in attacks in certain border zones does not mean the whole country is unsafe. Nigeria is a large country with many peaceful regions. But it does mean that the affected areas require urgent attention. Please like this video and subscribe because awareness is power. We should also talk about the impact on Benin and Niger. Benin was once considered one of the more stable countries in that region. But in recent years, there have been more incidents in its northern areas near the border. Niger has faced long-term security pressure from multiple directions. When pressure increases on one side, groups move to another side. This cross-border movement explains part of the 262% increase. It is not that violence suddenly appeared from nowhere. It is that patterns shifted geographically. Let us also discuss the human angle. When communities experience repeated attacks, trust begins to break down. People may begin to suspect outsiders. Trade reduces. Schools may close temporarily in some areas. Health services become harder to access if staff feel unsafe traveling. Our economic development slows down when insecurity increases. Investors hesitate. Farmers reduce production. Transport costs rise. Food prices can increase in some areas because supply chains are disrupted. Like this video and subscribe. We need more people to understand these connections. Now, what can be done? Experts suggest stronger intelligence sharing between Nigeria, Benin, and Niger. They also recommend improving local policing, investing in rural development, and creating economic opportunities for young people. Security is not only about guns and patrols, it is also about jobs, education, and inclusion. Community engagement is very important. Local leaders, religious leaders, and youth groups play a role in discouraging radical influence. When communities cooperate with security agencies, response time improves. It is also important for media reporting to be responsible. We must inform people without spreading fear. That is why we are explaining this calmly and clearly. Please like this video and subscribe. Your support helps us continue to break down complex topics in simple English. Another factor is technology. Armed groups are now using communication tools and online messaging to spread their influence. Governments must improve digital monitoring while respecting rights. This is a delicate balance, but a necessary one. Let us not forget that many security officers are working daily in difficult conditions to protect communities. Their work often goes unnoticed. Improving their welfare, training, and equipment can make a big difference. At the same time, long-term peace requires addressing root causes like unemployment, limited education access, and weak infrastructure in rural border zones. This 262% rise is a warning signal. It shows that the situation is evolving. Ignoring it would be a mistake. So by responding wisely and cooperatively can slow the trend and eventually reverse it. Like this video and subscribe. Stay with us. The big question many viewers may ask is, will this spread further? That depends on how quickly and effectively regional governments act together. Early intervention usually prevents deeper crises. Strong regional cooperation is key. We must also remember that West Africa has faced challenges before and has shown resilience. Communities have rebuilt. Governments have adapted. There is capacity for recovery. Right now, the message is clear. Border security needs strengthening, cooperation needs improvement, and development must reach rural communities.